Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia, Chapter 282. Okay, so let's start off by talking about the big continuing brawl between Shigaraki and Izuku's group, because I think more or less in this chapter it pretty much ended. It's pretty much come to it's come to like its sort of stalemate conclusion, because the thing is, even though, and the thing about this is that even though Izuku did succeed in once again like from saving Aizawa in that whole scuffle, the truth of the matter is it also showcased just how far that Shigaraki has had successfully pushed our heroes to the brink of desperation. Because close, with how close he got to killing Aizawa, and that's even assuming he didn't, that's assuming he didn't succeed. Um, it shows at this point all it's going to take is for a single slip up to be made, and well, pretty much it's a guarantee that someone is going to die. That's really all it's going to take now. And I think I think Horikoshi realizes that he can't avoid the circumstances of this either, because right now, honestly, just in the way this, just if you really look at Aizawa's current state, the only there's really only one of two ways this plays out for him, right? There's only one of two ways this plays out for Aizawa right now. He either he either pretty much there's only one of two ways this plays out right now, and honestly, the whole thing played out exactly how I thought it would, because it either plays out that Aizawa is going to be stepping through death's door any time now, in the next couple chapters, or Aizawa just barely hangs on long enough to survive. But the thing is, even if he survives, it's crystal clear that Aizawa's going to be permanently blind after all this. So no matter where the circumstances of this battle leave Aizawa, the tragedy still sticks. That moving forward now, not only is Mike going to have to pick up the slack in finding a way to save Oboro, but Aizawa himself will quite literally, well, assuming that Aizawa survives, he will quite literally, will pretty much never, he quite literally will pretty much never get the chance to physically lay eyes on his friends again. That's the real tragedy, is that it doesn't matter if he lives or dies anymore. He's blind. He's going to be blind after this. Like I think that's almost a guarantee. And that's kind of that's kind of really the sad thing, is that it's pretty much playing out exactly how I pretty much thought it would play out. That pretty much that either Aizawa's going to die or he's going to survive but lose his sight. Like these are really the only one of two options that are left for pretty much Aizawa's character. And it's really sad that on this, like, the tragedy is that he either dies or, like, Aizawa's going to be a man who's basically going to, well, pretty much lose his light. It's it's kind of a weird parallel to I guess Naruto, but yeah, Aizawa at the end of the day, he's like pretty much the Sharingan. He's gonna lose his power and loses his sight, his light, I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure where Horikoshi's going with this, but it's not going to be good either way. Like something is going to go wrong for sure. Something either Aizawa dies, or like it doesn't, like it's going to be a sad day either way. If either one of these happen, whether or not he dies or he loses his sight, it's going to be tragic. And the thing is, I think this is in some ways something that Horikoshi has been subtly building up to for a while now. It's only now that it's finally reaching its pinnacle. Um, and yeah, let's talk about the huge thing, which is the chapter ends on a bit of a what the fuck moment, with Gigantomachia pretty much about to rampage through the city, which leaves so many questions open. Like, where is, like, pretty much where pretty much are the other, are the other are the other like are the other members of class 1A, or the other students? Because we pretty much see that a lot of heroes, I think, have pretty much bit the bucket, but where are the actual students in this? And who, like, where all the students were trying to contain him, and what happened to them, obviously, and is it still possible to, in order for sedative to work? But like those are the couple questions I have right now, because right now he seems to be fit as a fiddle and like ready to go on a fucking rampage. So right now, like, whatever happens, if the sedative is still a thing that it is still in play, then they all need to regroup and find a way in order to wear him down, like wear him down. And whatever the case may be with this right now, assuming that the Yaoi Roses group is going to reappear, which more than likely will. One thing I will say is that despite how, like, what the fuck this whole situation has become, I do like how involving all the others in this is not only going to increase the chances of wearing Gigantomachia down, but I'd also like to see how the dynamics of this play out with characters like Ida and Ochako being added into the mix for this. Like, how are they going to contribute to the dynamic that supposedly even the other students couldn't do, like, something. But yeah, I'd like another thing that's kind of on my list right now is I'm hoping we honestly, for as annoying as some of the as like flashbacks can be sometimes, I do hope that next chapter we basically get a flashback that kind of explains how the fuck that Gigantomachia ended up getting ended up making it to the city at all, because again, the whole Gigantomachia situation was supposedly under control, and now just seeing that he's here, it proves that it's gone completely out of control. So yeah, we kind of need a little bit of a backstory on that for sure. But for right now, like I said, I'm assuming that everyone is okay. I just kind of want something that tells me they're safe, because I'm not gonna lie, like, even though I know they're safe, there's a part of me that is kind of dreading what's also kind of happened to them. Like, have they been like really like buried under rubble or something like that? Like, what's happened to them right now? Um, Now, it's been a while since I've commented on the art, but one thing I do have to say is how with the art, like both in this chapter and the past couple, there's been this very visceral quality lately that Horikoshi has really tapped into, and how much he's put into so much of it to make sure that the art reflects the pure brutality and the pure brutality of the situation. Like there hasn't been really any like blood or anything like that, but he's really made sure to emulate that. Yeah, this is a genuine situation of just of a war, of a life or death situation. Like any and capturing just how brutal that Shigaraki is, and I kind of appreciate that. Like just pretty much how brutal of a character that Shigaraki has become, and just how brutal in general the situation is, that anything can, just everything is going so far out of control. So I kind of appreciate how the artwork is emulating that almost. And honestly, even more so, it's something where for as much as I love the anime, I don't know if it's going to be possible. I don't know if it's going to be possible for Bones to be able to replicate this. Like, it's really going to be difficult to capture the amount of fear and dread I felt reading these past couple chapters that the artwork has emulated. So yeah, it should be interesting it should be interesting to see the anime try, though, I guess. Now, if I did have one major complaint about this chapter, I'd say it was very heavily leaning into setting things up, but largely didn't really go anywhere aside from maybe the stuff with Aizawa, Aizawa and Shigaraki and all that. But so yeah, it didn't really go anywhere progression-wise. Like, really, the fight with Shigaraki and learning Gigantomachia is still on a rampage are really all we covered in this chapter, but I guess you could say in some respects it did also serve as that calm before the shitstorm. But yeah, overall, as much crazy stuff that happened in this chapter, it really didn't progress much. But yeah. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Electric Control. Dead Knight of Enemy, signing off. Later, guys.